Ruby Frank has been arrested after 2 children were found malnourished with lacerations on their wrists and ankles from duct tape. These kids were tied up, they were denied food, denied water, and now Ruby and her partner Jody need to answer for this. So let's get into it. A lot of people who haven't heard of 8 Passengers before are confused at the fact that a mother of a family YouTube channel who gives parenting advice for her career has now been arrested for harming children. She's got 2 counts against her, and her partner Jody are now arrested in jail. Well, a lot of people have been asking, where's Kevin? Because Ruby's husband has been silent, but he has now given a statement through his lawyer. So let's go ahead and break down what is going on here. So Kevin is now speaking on the child harm arrest, and Kevin's attorney, Randy, said that his client's urgent focus is to simply keep his children together under his fatherly care, which he's not doing a great job. I mean, Sherry, the oldest daughter, has been speaking out online, and it doesn't sound like she's trying to keep the family together. She's been posting on her Instagram story nonstop, and her most recent post is about Connections, which is her mother's brand with Jody. And she writes, Connections and Moms of Truth needs to go. Please report their Instagram accounts and encourage everybody to unfollow them. They do not deserve such a large audience.
Frankie's oldest daughter, Sherry, had posted on her Instagram that she is no longer in contact with her family. She posted after her mother was arrested that she was glad that it was about time and that now the children are safe. It is unknown right now where their oldest son, Chad, is. However, it is believed that he has moved out as he is 18 now. And it's also unknown if the Frankies are still together.
It does look like the page is still active. They've got 339,000 followers. And let's see if there are some recent comments. Oh my gosh, I'm sure people are tearing them up, talking about the arrest. Have fun doing your podcast in jail. How's jail feeling right now? Justice has been served. Praise God. Personally, I don't think that Connections or Moms of Truth is going to be able to come back from this scandal, because really, who wants to be associated with any of that? These are the type of women who, if they were my mother, they probably would have sent me to conversion camp. We have details on how Ruby was exposed, because according to the arrest record, a child fled through a window out of Jody's home and was looking for help because they needed food and water. I mean, what type of child is like pushed to the point where they're breaking out of a window to go and look for help from someone else? Because clearly they can't go to their parent. And when a good neighbor noticed the child, they realized that they were emaciated and malnourished. And they also noticed duct tape around their ankles and wrists, so they called the police, as they should. I'm so glad they did.
It was their 12-year-old son, Russell, who ended up climbing out a window at Ruby's business partner, Jody Hildebrand's home. He went to a neighbor's house saying that he was thirsty, that he was afraid and wanted to call the police. And they noticed at the time that he had duct tape around his legs and deep lacerations from being tied with ropes.
Responding officers observed the child's condition to be so severe that they transported the victim to the hospital. According to the cops, the child was placed on medical hold due to deep lacerations from being tied up with rope. So these kids are being tied up with rope. They're not eating food. They're not drinking water. And they've got open wounds because of this pain that they're being inflicted on. And it's insane too that, like, thinking about Eve, the daughter who, like, the 6-year-old daughter who, you know, didn't get lunch at school. I mean, there's a weird reward system that, like, Ruby has with food and her children. And I just don't think food is, like, something you play with that's going to cause these children to develop disordered eating. Another allegedly malnourished child was discovered shortly thereafter and was also taken to the hospital. The police report stated that Ruby had filmed a video in Jody's home just days before the incident, indicating that the former had knowledge of the harm, malnourish, and neglect. Ruby, who will be held at Washington County Jail without bail, declined to speak to authorities and instead requested a lawyer. Of course. There's poor Chad. I actually just saw a video of him on TikTok where he was just like arguing with his family because clearly they're so dysfunctional.
Oh my goodness, let me finish. She's talking for me. You told me that you don't eat breakfast. Let me talk. Let me talk. You asked a question and then you all went and attacked me.
Personally, I feel like the core of this family is corrupt. There are so many families out here, especially in the Midwest, who try to use their religion to prop them up or to make them seem holy or better than other families. And trust me, I've got Mormon people in my family. I've got Mormon people that I love, but there is these expectations in sometimes in Mormonism that no one could, meet. And ultimately they're doing things like this to appease whatever standard they believe they need to live, which is obviously really wrong. In Utah, aggravated child harm includes starvation, broken bones, head injuries from hitting or shaking, and suffocation. So this reminds me too, one of my videos that I made that I got the cease and desist letter for was talking about how she was starving her children. One of the reasons why I put it back up is because this kind of falls into the charges. I mean, and if this child was malnourished, then yeah, it sounds like Ruby approves of this behavior. Following Ruby's arrest, her estranged daughter, Sherry, took to Instagram to say that her and her family are so glad that justice is being served, and claiming they've been trying to tell police and CPS for years about this. According to the sisters, the kids are now safe, which is the #1 priority, but they're gonna have to have years of therapy to deal with what Ruby's put them through. Looking up connections, it looks like they do have an Instagram, which doesn't have as many followers as the Moms of Truth. They also have their YouTube channel with almost 5,000 subscribers, and it looks like this is maybe the video that they just filmed in Jody's home, which is talking about the victim. Well, yeah, there's a victim there for sure. And here they are, casually hanging out while there's children duct taped and tied up. It is sick. I mean, what are they even talking about?
In a rainstorm and say, well, I don't want to get wet.
I don't even understand how her husband is attracted to someone like this, because this is so chaotic and bizarre. And where they were as a family channel, I'm questioning if this is who Ruby always was, or if Jody's some extra bad influence. Trust me, I don't think that Ruby's any angel, but transform with Jody? What is going on here? Okay, so men's and women's team. Let's see, how much do you have to pay for this? Oh, $21 a month, or $75 a week. Or $181 with a one-on-one with Jody. Shoot, you might end up tying your kids up after that. But really, this isn't a joke. It's sick, and there's so many other people who leverage mental health or their education and psychology to really cause so much pain. And it seems to me none of this is really about the kids at all. This is all about the parents creating joy in their life and their relationship. It's not focused on the kids' needs at all, and I don't think it ever has been. I mean, Ruby's the one who refuses to feed her children and constantly hounds on them, makes them feel less than, and truly embarrass them on the internet. Now, this is actually Ruby's sister. Her name is Bonnie. She's got over 1 million subscribers, and she recently made a video responding to this mess. So I'm gonna go ahead and include a snippet of this so you guys can see how she really feels. And it looks like a lot of people are supportive of her and her response to this. And I mean, it must be really devastating to watch your sibling do something like this, because how do you mentally grasp with the idea that your loved one can go and harm children like this?
If you have the internet, you have seen news articles on my sister Ruby from the 8 passengers, and my sisters and I, we are on the very same page. We put out a message, you can read that on Instagram, and for the last 3 years we have truly clung on to each other and offering support to one another, and I don't think any of us could have ever seen this coming. We all did as much as we could legally, and you don't know what you don't know. I do feel a little bit numb at this point. The only thing that we ultimately care about is that our nieces and nephews are safe, and they are. And that is the only thing that matters to any of us. It is going to feel weird for me to move forward. And I think, do I just move forward?
You just take it a day at a time. Who knows what anything has in store, but we just know right now that those kids are safe.
I don't have any thoughts even for myself. I don't know what I would even tell myself, let alone tell all of you. I think times like these is where it really tests your belief in God. And I know that timing is everything, and I know that they will be taken care of. I know the kids will be okay. And I know our family will be okay. And things like this happen, and somehow we each find a way to move forward. No matter what situation you're finding yourself in, the sun rises every day, the sun sets every day, and each day you move forward. That's all you can do.
I'm glad she's being exposed. It is about time, and what, you know, comes around comes back around. And just, I was reading that cease and desist letter the other day, and I was like, you know what? They saw this coming. They knew it was going to happen. And if you guys want to go and see that cease and desist, I've made a video about it before. But until next time, I'll see you guys in a new video soon. Bye, guys.